Hey guys, Cam from 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another anime review, and that is the premiere of Solo Leveling. And holy hell, what an episode, what a start. I cannot believe, where we start the first episode, like everything's going peaceful and everything, and then I just see the what ends up happening, which I see that last scene, or the scene where they're going into this, and they're deciding if they should go into the freaking cave and go further. And I'm just like, yeah, I've been here. I've seen animes like this before, and I'm not liking that. I'm not liking it. And of course, they run into a trap, and yeah, that's basically what is happening at the end of the first episode. But solo leveling. What are my thoughts on the first episode? I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely interested to see where it's gonna go. And the show starts off where you have it where it just starts off the chain. Like you have these like adventurers, are these adventurers are these mages and these like party members. I wouldn't say these party members, but like these fighters essentially, and they're going up against like these freaking gigantic ravenous like ants. And I'm just like, what the hell? Um, and the interesting part is about this anime, it's like it has like that isekai like genre, like the mystical like beings from other worlds and things like that from these isekai worlds, these monsters and everything, just in a modern society like today. And I'll get to that in a quick second, but they've had the first episode off where it's like just straight up like craziness. You have these freaking people just fighting up against these gigantic ass ants, and they're already getting freaking killed and everything. And then you have these other higher level adventurers just show up and just take care of these guys with ease. And then you cut over to like this abandoned like city. What is it? You just have these mages fighting up against these ants too. Now, we kind of find out like, okay, this is like a modern day like society and everything. And essentially these like portals opened, gates to another world, and because of it, these monsters ended up coming in through these portals to the real world. And then like we obviously, it makes sense. Like regular, like old regular weapons, like you have it to where like these guys in the army like tried to use like assault rifles, and that had no effect on these monsters. And basically, as it progressed over time, people ended up starting to learn how to use magic and things like that, and becoming stronger. And there's like different rank of adventurers and different tiers and things like that, which is pretty cool. And then that leads us off to our main character. Hold on, let me get his name. Let me get his name. Uh, Sung. Where he's literally the weakest. He's the weakest rank adventurer of basically human history, is what they imply. And like this guy always goes into these dungeons. He's always coming out like damn near almost going to the freaking hospital. Like it's already established like this guy's been to the hospital like countless times because he goes into these dungeons and he's super weak. And we kind of find out some reasons why he's kind of weak. He just doesn't have like I guess you can attribute to the fact like it seems like he could have the skill. He just doesn't have like enough money to provide for himself. Like, and this is the reason why he's doing like these things. And I'm guessing if these people come out, they get paid based on what they get from these bad guys. So like what you see in a typical isekai like setting, um, and which I think is pretty cool. Now before I continue on with Sung and his whole storyline, it's pretty interesting. One, it seems like they also have like a government set up straight up for like these adventurers and everything that goes into these portals to take down these bad guys or these monsters. I'm guessing they just send these people in, go in there. Now, again, if I'm wrong or if I'm interpreting something wrong, please let me know in the comment section. I'm not going to take anything personally or anything unless you're freaking giving me a very like, unless you're giving me a comment that's like, come on, dude, you should have known this already. Listen, I'm not taking notes. I'm kind of just doing this like off after the episode. Now, mind you, literally, I watched the episode hours ago because I took a nap because I was freaking tired today. And so there's some things that, hey, I basically somewhat forgot. Now, again, correct me, but please do it respectfully, and I'll probably respond more than likely. But it seems like there's like this government in place, and it seems like what they do is they send these people in to me. I'm guessing to close. I would maybe to close these portals, or maybe they're just not closed. Maybe they just do it because they have it all sealed off. Maybe they do it, take down the monsters, so then there's no monsters coming out of these holes into the real world. Because obviously, if that's the case, then your city is being attacked, and you risk a lot of people's lives being killed if, say, a freaking goblin comes through this portal and legitimately just starts going at people and things like that. So, that's kind of thing right then and there. And trust me, if you watch Goblin Slayer, you know how about goblins are. Which goblins do get kills in this. We see goblins getting kills. So that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing right then and there. And also too, it's very interesting about these portals from this other world opening. Is there some rhyme or reason of somebody from this other world linking to the regular world and doing this and sending these monsters in on these people from basically today's society? I don't know if there's some cause or it's just some sort of weird thing happening. But usually when you watch these animes, portals come out of nowhere. It clearly has a cause to it. So I wonder if there's some like other force in play, which it clearly seemed that potentially could be the case. There's some other force in play that, is sending these monsters in and is just like, all right, take down these people or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I guess we'll find out as the episode goes on. But getting back to Sung, he's like a very weak adventurer. And we kind of find out, like, the reason why he's doing this, we find this out later in the episode, because when they get to the cave and they're deciding what they should do, the reason why he's doing this, or the reason why he can't get, like, any stronger weapons is because, well, obviously he's weak. And then two, he makes so little money, which it's like, dude, just get a new fucking job. And you might be able to provide for your freaking family, potentially. Because we found out, like, I'm trying to think, like, his sister is going to college. His mom is like in the hospital, probably like damn near on her deathbed, and he has to find funds to do that. I don't even know if they mention the father. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to go back and watch the episode. But I don't think they mention the dude's father. And obviously, he's trying to make money by doing this adventuring stuff so he can provide it. And maybe this is the quickest way so he can get the most money. I mean, obviously, that's like killing monsters and everything, and probably getting like crystal drops and everything. Now, you kind of have it to where you have this girl named Ju Hee that, like, I guess you can say, well, we kind of find out, like, it's clearly obvious that this girl Ju Hee has been working alongside him for a long time, and we find out like she's a B rank like mage, and it's also basically heavily implied that she likes Sung a lot, because there's like this thing where she doesn't want to end up going in the cave, but when he makes the decision, like, yeah, I think we should go, he has kind of an offshoot conversation before they get to like the door area, or the little Coliseum area they end up being trapped in. They kind of have like a conversation to where she's like, well, you better owe me for this, like taking me out or something. And she's kind of, and then he's like, oh, and then she just replies back. She's like, what, you want to take me out on a date or anything? And I'm just like, my guy, just say yes. You would take her on a date. See, at that point in time, that's when I would have grabbed her and been like, all right, let's go. I'm leaving. Hey guys, me and Juhi are leaving. So it's implied that clearly she likes him, because obviously she's been helping him, and obviously she gets very worried about him because he ends up fighting up against this goblin that, he's not doing so well. And the thing is, he ends up getting impaled by this freaking goblin. She comes over, an adventurer comes in and takes out the goblin for him. But she comes in, she heals him, and she gets visibly frustrated with the fact that he keeps doing this. And essentially, he has all these like cuts, bruises, and things like that could basically have him end up in the hospital. So I think that's another sign that, okay, it's clear that she likes you more than someone you just work with, more than, I guess, acquaintances / friends. She clearly is into you, and she clearly cares about you, and she probably doesn't want you doing this because she probably likes you. in a in a romantic sense, which, you know, it's kind of the thing. And you have to wonder, I wonder if like he told her like about, you know, where he's at in life. It's implied as if she knows that maybe his life is tough, his personal life is tough, but you know, I don't know if she knows that. Which, you know, they end up deciding to go into this cave, which is weird because this cave is just there in this dungeon as extension. And they're in like kind of a, now their dungeon is based off rank they're in, so it's a D ranked, which clearly when they get to this area, it's clearly not a D rank. It clearly seems like it potentially could be like damn near maybe like A rank, if not S rank, type of dungeon here. Which speaking of S rank, we end up seeing this character, which they actually freaking, my goodness, they very detailed the fact that she does like a somersault over this guy's motorcycles, over like these bank robbers, and they kind of do like a very detailed like picture of like her ass. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Listen, I was already telling my co-host, the Red Wolf, he seems like she could be a waifu. Well, I'll get to that in a second. This girl seems like she could potentially be waifu material here too. And she's an S rank warrior and she's a badass. And it's funny because you have all these people like, oh, it's the S rank warrior, and they come up all on her and everything. They're not giving her space, and she just jumps up out of there. I'm just like, Lord have mercy, she's great. She's hot. She's wonderful. I wonder if we're gonna see more of her. Please, yes, give me more of this chick. She's badass. She's badass. Pretty crazy. She has cake too, I guess. Anyways, we get to that part. We get to the cave part, and they see these doors. And when I see these doors, I'm just like, yeah, I would not go in there. I played enough video games. Hell, as crazy as it sounds, and I know maybe some people will get pissed off by this comment, but the last few bits of the anime of Solo Leveling really did remind my ass of SAO, Sword Art Online, especially parts in season 1. Pretty crazy. And this part reminded me of the part when Kirito was when he was with his first party and they end up falling for a trap room and everything. And that's kind of what happened here. This party ends up getting stuck in this trap room where essentially they're going up against people, or against monsters or beings that are on a higher rank than what they should be at. And essentially what happens is they do some foreshadowing where you have it to where Juhi is like, that statue, I feel like its eyes are moving. Now Sung is like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, I'm sure I saw its eyes move. And the door closed and I'm like, well, here we go. Here's the trap room. This is when most of that group is going to end up dying. And Sung is going to be the only one left alive. So then you have this one big burly guy go in, and he killed instantly by this stone statue. And you have it to where Sung is like he's like, what the frick? And he's like, whoa, wait a second. That guy was one of the highest ranks we had in here in terms of fighting. He was a D rank. This is supposed to be a D rank dungeon. And he got killed essentially that easy. And then I'm just like, I'm watching. I'm like, well, clearly that means, if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, if I'm in this freaking situation, shit, that would just mean this ain't no damn D rank at freaking dungeon. This is some crazy rank. And the next thing you know, he looks at the damn statue that he was talking about that was looking. He sees it, the eyes move, and it fires off this freaking like laser beam. He tells everybody to get down. Some people get down, but then you just have it where this one person literally gets burned to freaking ashes. You just see their bones, and then you see this one girl looking, all you see is like the hand left over. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this anime ain't censoring nothing. This anime is brutal as hell. The kills are brutal. Like, they showed, like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, there's blood that splatters everywhere. They showed dismemberment, and they're showing people's bodies burned to damn near a crisp, to the point you can actually see the freaking skeleton. Now, so far, he protects Juhi. Sung protects Juhi, but she's kind of freaking out, and she's obviously afraid of her life, and we get left off on a cliffhanger in the first episode where this guy's just, like, freaking out. He's like, what the hell? This is not a freaking D rank dungeon. And basically, he's afraid that Sung is afraid that he's going to fucking die, essentially. And that's where we're left off on episode 1, on a cliffhanger. So 1 episode on, we're already left off on a cliffhanger, which is absolutely crazy. So where I can see the second episode going, it seems like everybody in that group is gonna more than likely die, and sadly, He is gonna die. Why do they have to kill off these very cute girls in these anime shows? I just had to deal with it with Jujutsu Kaisen. I won't spoil. Oh my god. Yeah, this sucks. And I feel like what's gonna happen is this man's gonna probably be damn near on his death bed, but something's gonna happen to where, because I know in the trailers he has like this second awakening or something like that. And again, it's called solo leveling, so it makes sense that damn near all the people in this group are gonna die, and he's just gonna freaking do these dungeons all by himself, and he's gonna get stronger from doing it. So gonna be very interesting. Tomorrow could be a very sad, emotional, gory fest episode for episode 2, but for the first episode of solo leveling, I was absolutely happy. I was absolutely like, okay, I'm liking where this show is going. I'm happy where this show is going, and I can't wait to get more content from this show. But that's basically it. But anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on Solo Leveling episode 1. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Solo Leveling content, as well as hit that subscribe button to get more anime content on the channel and things like that. But till then, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day, night when you're watching this video. Till then, guys, peace.